Good morning, students. Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir. Good morning,
We'll
sir.
wait for two. Yeah, good morning. We'll wait for 2 minutes and we'll start lecture.
हा तर सामान एवढी मोठी पिशवी शेगावची
So, good morning. I think I shall start lecture. Waiting for a few students to join, but as I started recording of this lecture, expected to start at 12 o'clock. So I will start it. Dear students, as in earlier lecture, Dr. Khanchandan sir has already brief about the subject. What are the say usage of this subject, where you will be using operational amplifier, linear and non-linear circuits, that already covered in the previous class. Today onward, we'll start exact say syllabus points from analog electronics 2, and Dr. Khanchandan sir and me decided that I'll start unit number 2 and Khanchandan sir will start unit number 3 in next week. So I'll start the points of unit number 2, starting from scaling amplifier, summing amplifier, and averaging amplifier. So here I will share the screen. You all will see my PPT. I hope you have notebook and the calculators, because numericals will be conducted in this lecture. You have to calculate if some design problem is given in this lecture, and you may comment the answer into the chat box. So I'll start sharing. So I hope everybody is getting my screen on your device. So very first PPT of unit number 2nd, the topic is scaling amplifier using op-amp. I just need feedback from few of you that are you getting the screen, PPT screen on your device?
sir.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. The PPT might appear somewhat say delayed as I change on my end. So don't you worry. I'll wait for say I'll give certain gap between transition of the PPT as well as lecture.
Sir, it is totally blank.
Yeah, totally blank because I have not entered, say it is actually animated. So
Okay,
I'll
okay, sir,
start
fine.
the lecture. Yeah. So the topic is scaling amplifier using operational amplifier. So at the end of this lecture, you will be able to describe and design linear application, scaling amplifier, summing amplifier, averaging circuit using inverting and non-inverting configuration. Today we will finish inverting configuration only. Later on we will move to the non-inverting configuration. As you already studied analog electronics 1, wherein we covered what is inverting and non-inverting configuration, but a little bit brush up to your say theory. I will elaborate the analysis of the circuit, and then after we will have design problem. In this lecture, we'll see introduction, then inverting configuration today, and in next lecture we'll see non-inverting configuration. It is also referred as inverting mode and non-inverting mode. The inverting, non-inverting, and the differential configuration can be used to implement linear applications like scaling, summing, and averaging. You know what is scaling? If we multiply certain thing by some constant, say 0.2, 1.5, 1.8, 3.2, or say 5 or 10, that will be the scaling. Summing is nothing but adding 2-3 sources like V1 plus V2 plus V3. Summing amplifier is nothing but it will be adding n number of sources like V1 plus V2 plus V3 and having some gain to it, multiply by say 10, 15, 50, 100 likewise. And averaging circuit, you know what is averaging. If we take 1 by 3 into V1 plus V2 plus V3, or we can say that V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by 3 is nothing but the averaging circuit. So of course in analog, we have to perform several mathematical operations on the circuit. For that, op-amp is the best, because using op-amp we can have several mathematical operations like integration, differentiation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, taking log, anti-log likewise. So out of which we are focusing on linear applications, which are scaling, summing, and averaging today. So scaling amplifier, before learning scaling amplifier, you should know what is an ideal op-amp, because whenever we analyze certain circuit using op-amp, we should know what is the ideal characteristic. So you can see a small circuit on the PPT which has operational amplifier. I have shown almost all parameters ideal on this circuit, wherein you can see this is the inverting terminal, which is minus. This is the non-inverting terminal, which is plus. Then this is the differential voltage, which is always 0 ideally, which is subtraction of non-inverting minus inverting. Then another is the input impedance of this op-amp is very, very high, that is infinite ideally. That's why no current will pass through any terminal of the op-amp. That's why IB plus is referred as bias current into the plus terminal. Sorry, I have changed polarity here by mistake. And IB minus is the bias current passing into the inverting terminal of op-amp, which is ideally 0. And output impedance of the op-amp is also 0. Then before the analysis of any op-amp circuit, you must know an ideal characteristic of op-amp as follows. You may note down if you have notebook. Input impedance is infinite. You may write in short, that is Ri is equal to infinite. Output impedance is 0. Differential voltage gain. The differential voltage gain is nothing but Vd is equal to V non-inverting minus V inverting, which will be equal to 0. In inverting mode, the inverting terminal voltage is always 0. That is called virtual ground. Then bias current are 0. That is current passing into the positive terminal, that is called IB plus, and current passing into the negative terminal, that is called IB minus, are also 0. Then another characteristic is open loop gain. What is open loop gain? Whenever we are not connecting any feedback, that is no component from output end to the input end, that is the feedback. When no component is connected, an op-amp circuit is like this, whatever is shown on the PPT, that is called open loop circuit, and open loop gain is infinite. These are all ideal characteristics. And CMRR, it is called common mode rejection ratio, is also infinite. And the last one is the bandwidth. Bandwidth of the operational amplifier is infinite. Before proceeding ahead, I'd like to discuss something with you. Few of you, please share some points from your side that whatever I have shown on PPT, is it visible to you? I highlighted something on the PPT. Was it visible to you? Yes. Somebody unmute
Yes.
yourself.
Yes, sir.
Highlighter is working.
Yes, sir.
All the ideal characteristic was displayed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Again, those who have say network problem, this lecture is automatically recorded. Later on, you may see the similar lecture with similar things on Microsoft Stream, which is one of the application of Microsoft. So again, I will get back to the PPT. Okay, so these all are the characteristic, ideal op-amp characteristic. Input impedance infinite, output impedance 0, differential voltage VD is 0. Inverting mode में inverting terminal is always at 0, that is called virtually grounded terminal. We'll see this concept later on in detail. Bias currents are 0, no current passes into the op-amp as input impedance is infinite. Infinite resistance means there is no current. Then open loop gain is infinite, CMRR is infinite, and bandwidth is infinite. So while solving any op-amp circuit, you must remember these ideal characteristics. So analysis become very, very easy. Next, we'll move to the scaling amplifier, wherein you can see it is a simple, which mode of operation? It is inverting mode of operation. So inverting mode of operation is there. So figure 1 shows inverting scaling amplifier. So you can see I have mentioned all the ideal characteristic on circuit itself so that it will be very easy to understand. So you can see it is not closed loop. Sorry, it is not open loop because one resistance, feedback resistance is connected from output end to the input end. So it is the closed loop circuit. So there will be a closed loop gain, which is referred as ACL, closed loop gain. Now, here I have shown all the ideal characteristic. Input impedance infinite, no current passes into the op-amp, both the terminals, differential voltage is 0, output impedance is 0. Now we'll move to the circuit connection. You can see what is the input. This is the input. This input is connected to the inverting terminal, through one input resistance Ri, or you may say R1, and one feedback resistance RF is connected in between output and the input terminal, that is inverting. As the input is given to the inverting terminal, it is referred as inverting operational amplifier. Now, we already studied in the A1 lecture that this RComp will not have any, say, impact in calculation of output, but this RComp is called compensation resistance, which is always parallel combination of Ri or R1, which is input resistance, and feedback resistance Rf. Now, we will analyze this circuit because we are interested in calculating the equation for output. So we will calculate V out is equal to what? Okay. Now, you can see what is V in. V in is the input source. As it is said source, and if it is non-zero, of course it will generate current. So current, it may be AC source or DC source, no worry about it. If it is AC source, it will generate AC current. If it is DC source, it will generate DC current. So I have shown both here. You can operate this op amp on AC as well as DC, no worry about that. So of course, as it is a source, it will generate a current, and current direction I have shown, you can see current I1, which is passing through resistance R1. Now, what is a virtual ground concept that will clear here? Now, what is the voltage at this point, which is non-inverting terminal? You can see this R comp is connected to the ground here. So potential at this ground will be, of course, 0 volt, 0 volt. And it is connected here where there is no source. Of course, this voltage, non-inverting voltage, is also 0 volt. As it is 0 volt, and to make differential voltage is equal to 0, what is formula for differential voltage? It will be non-inverting voltage minus inverting voltage. So if you write equation which is already there on next PPT, V non-inverting minus V inverting equal to 0. If V non-inverting is 0, V inverting is also equal to 0. So what is voltage at node Vn? I mentioned this node is Vn. So node Vn has voltage is equal to 0. So both the terminals of op amp, that is inverting and non-inverting, is at 0 potential. Though this non-inverting and inverting are not directly shorted, but both the terminals are having 0 volt. That's why the non-inverting terminal is called this one. The inverting terminal is called virtually grounded because voltage is 0. Now, as this voltage is 0, source is passing current I1 through R1 towards the node Vn. Now, what is the current into the op amp? Current into the op amp is 0 because its input impedance is infinite. No current passes into the op amp. So obviously, whatever is the current will pass into the RF in this way. So I2, which will be of course equivalent to the I1, passes through RF due to the current directions passing into the input resistance Ri or R1. I have mentioned the polarity plus left side minus right side. Similarly, as the current passing into the resistance Rf, entering current positive terminal and leaving current negative terminal, such kind of voltages developed across resistance Rf. If we talk about the voltage developed across Rcom, it will be of course 0 because there is no potential difference in either end of the resistance, compensation resistance Rcom. So again, there is no current into the non-inverting terminal of op amp. So this was, say, few things to remember before analyzing the circuit, before writing the equation for V out. Now I shall move forward on next PPT, wherein I have shown the similar circuit but in reduced way on this PPT so that you will be able to see circuit diagram as well as equations. So analysis of inverting scaling amplifier. Of course, we have to assume ideal op amp. So we'll assume op amp is ideal. So all the characteristic you remember: input impedance infinite, output impedance 0, differential voltage gain 0, sorry, differential voltage 0. In inverting mode, inverting terminal is at 0 potential. That means what? Vn is equal to 0, which is virtual ground concept. Bias current into the op amp is 0, that is IB plus and IB minus. By mistake I made say on PPT plus minus idhar idhar ho gaya hai. So you please adjust that in your notebook. Okay, so these are the characteristic required. In fact, output impedance is equal to 0 and CMRR and bandwidth, those characteristic not utilized here. We have to focus on only what input impedance, then differential voltage is equal to 0 and bias current is equal to 0 and node voltage is equal to 0. These are the focusing ideal characteristic which has to be used here. So you can see at node Vn, this one, there are basically three current, though the current passing into the op amp is 0, but it is taken into the consideration. There are basically three current, I1, I2 and so current I1 passes through R1 or Ri, will not passes through op amp. It directly passes to RF, which already discussed in the form of I2. So writing KCL equation at node N, Vn will be I1 plus I2 will be equal to 0. This is the KCL to this node. Then write current in the form of voltages and resistance. So I may write, how to write this current? Voltage at this terminal of resistance, voltage at this terminal of the resistance divided by resistance itself. So I made this side voltage is nothing but source, that is Vin, minus node voltage because this is Vn here, minus Vn divided by resistance Ri. I used R1 here, please remember that. Then next current is I2, we have to write I2 is here and which is passing through RF. So I wrote Vn minus V out because at this point of this RF voltage is Vn, which is of course 0, and at this point of RF voltage is output voltage. So I wrote Vn minus V out divided by RF. So here the voltage Vn is equal to 0 because the differential voltage Vd is equal to 0. Therefore, Vd is equal to V non-inverting minus V inverting. This is V non-inverting minus inverting. So putting values, Vd differential voltage ideally 0 ही लेना है. Then non-inverting voltage, this is non-inverting voltage across RCOM, which is of course 0 as it is connected to ground. So it is 0 and inverting voltage is Vn. So Vn will be equal to 0. Putting this, you will get what? Putting this into the equation, you will get closed loop gain of this circuit is equal to output upon input is equal to minus Rf upon R1, where ACL is the closed loop gain. This is not infinite. This is decided by the external component that you are connecting. External component means feedback resistance Rf and the input resistance Ri. It is a ratio of that. So Rf upon R1 decides the gain, closed loop gain, and you can say the minus sign. So Rf by R1 is the scaling factor here, and the minus sign shows that the output is 180 degree out of phase. V गलती से लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे, out of phase to V in. Means if my input is say +1 volt, my output will be -1 volt. If gain is 1, of course. If my input is -1 volt, gain is 1 and output will be +1 volt. So they are 180° out of phase. Input will be positive, output will be definitely negative. So minus sign shows both input and output are 180° out of phase, and RF by R1 is nothing but the scaling factor. So suppose somebody is asking you to scale certain input with a factor of 1.5, you have to choose proper value of R1 and RF. Of course, you will initially assume RF is equal to say 50K and accordingly calculate resistance R1. So this is the analysis of this circuit. We'll move to the numerical. Before that, again, I will come back to you and asking you, is it clear the analysis of inverting scaling amplifier? Yes, any of you can answer? Are you getting whatever on the PPT?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because in the examination you will not get this theory or nobody will ask this theory. You'll get directly design problem. Now I will elaborate what is difference between design problem and say general numerical analysis जो किया है आप लोगों ने circuit का. For those you got a problem into the examination till the time like you have an input, you have say component and you were asked for calculating the output. This is the general numerical, but this time what happened? A statement will be provided like scaling factor is so and so and accordingly design scaling amplifier. This will be the only problem statement. No one will provide you certain value of component and asking you to calculate another value of component. This is the difference between design and say general analytical problem. So I'll come back to the PPT again. So numerical 1 based on the same analysis that we did here. You may write it down into the notebook. The first numerical and most of the numerical that I will be discussing into my lecture will be from the examination, say university examination papers. I have say solution for each and every design problem which is covered in the previous papers. So first numerical is design scale changer with scaling factor of 1.5. As it is shown 1.5 scaling factor, it is definitely the ratio of RF by R1 using inverting mode of configuration. So same inverting is the input, non-inverting is the grounded, and also calculate the output when V in input is given 1.5 volt. So this is the problem statement for 7 to 8 marks. Then given data, of course, scaling factor is nothing but the closed loop gain, nothing. So scaling factor is 1.5, which is the ratio of RF upon R1, which is also referred as closed loop gain. Very simple problem. Then of course, if you wanted to calculate value of RF, it will be 1.5 times than R1. Choose any standard value of R1 or RF. You may choose any standard value of either RF or R1. So I have chosen R1 is equal to 10K. Obviously, RF will be 15K. So if I use RF is equal to 15K and R1 is equal to 10K, then whatever the input we are connecting to this circuit is scaled by 1.5 and output will be generated. So in simple way, I may say that output is equal to 1 minus of 1.5 into RF by R1. So V out is equal to minus ACL into V in. ACL is 1.5. So V out is 1.5 minus of 1.5 into 1.5 volt is the input which is asked here. In second statement of the problem, also calculate the output when V in is 1.5. So 1.5 is the scaling factor, another 1.5 is the input voltage. Multiplying those together, we get output voltage is equal to minus 2.5 volt, where minus sign shows that output and input has relationship 180 degree out of phase. So this is the simple solution for 7 to 8 marks. Similar kind of questions can be asked into the examination, like design scale changer with scaling factor of say 3 using inverting configuration, and also calculate output for certain given input. Now what things you have to remember is you have to check what is the scaling factor. You have to focus on that. Second, which mode of operation is given, that is very important. Suppose scaling factor is given for non-inverting mode and you are solving for inverting mode, obviously complete weightage to that question will be 0. Nobody will even give you step marking for that because circuit is wrong, assumption is wrong, everything is wrong. Formula is also wrong. So you have to remember configuration, scaling factor. So given data, analysis of given data is very, very important in design numerical. Now, shall I move to the next circuit? Earlier was very, very easy. Yes, anybody from your side? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this was related to first circuit, which is a scaling amplifier using inverting. Now, next is summing amplifier in inverting mode using op-amp. So you can see the circuit is slightly modified. I'll highlight here to understand. If you remove these two resistances from this circuit, what do you see? You have source, which is input V in, only label is V1. You have one resistance R1, which is connected to the inverting terminal of the op-amp. Then one feedback resistance is connected back into the inverting terminal, and non-inverting terminal is grounded through resistance R-com. So it is quite similar circuit. Only what we are doing, we are adding two more sources referred as V2 and V3 because I want summing operation, sum of the input sources, that is V1, V2, V3 and so on. There is no restriction of number of sources. You may add on number of sources. You may go for V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. Likewise, you may remove the sources, but it must be more than one. So you may have addition of V1 plus V2. You can omit V3. Okay. So here you can see these three resistances. So you can see these three resistances are connected in this fashion and the circuit is called summing amplifier. You can see resistance R1 is connected to node Vn. This node and this node is same because same line is connected. No other component are there. Then V2 through R2 is connected on same node. V3 through R3 is connected on same node. Considering V1, V2 and V3 positive, and what is value of Vn? Vn will be 0 because as no current passes into the op-amp, there will not be drop across R-com. So this non-inverting terminal will be 0, and being virtual ground concept, inverting terminal voltage will also be 0. Therefore, Vn will be equal to 0. So that's why I mentioned respective current. Current I1 passes through R1 due to source V1. Current I2 passes through R2 due to source V2. Current I3 passes through R3 due to source V3. Directions are same. I considered all the sources are positive. Directions are same, moving towards node Vn. Therefore, voltage develop across R1, R2 and R3 are in same way, positive left hand side, negative right hand side. And these three currents will be added to node Vn, and no current passes into the inverting terminal of op-amp. This IB minus will be 0. Therefore, complete current, that is addition of I1, I2 and I3 will pass through resistance RF, which will develop voltage across it with given polarity. Left hand side positive, right hand side negative. I have given label to that is IF. So this is how current directions, putting current direction is very important. This is say the basic of this circuit, or say next we have to do the analysis. For that, as I mentioned, if you analyze any operational amplifier circuit, you have to assume ideal op-amp and remember at least 2-3 ideal characteristic. Input impedance infinite, that's why no current inside op-amp, that is IB plus and IB minus are 0, output impedance 0, differential voltage 0, bias currents are 0, likewise. Is it? So I want the equation now for the output voltage. And for getting equation for this output voltage, what I need to do, I have currents, 3 currents passing into the Vn node and 1 current leaving from Vn node. I will use, of course, KCL here. Similar steps are there. So I will use KCL in this circuit. So for KCL in this circuit, I have used similar circuit here in say reduce way on this PPT, and I wrote equation on left hand side of this circuit. Applying KCL at node Vn, we get addition of all the sources, currents R is equal to 0. So I1, I2 and I3 are the entering current, so they are taken positive, and IF is the leaving current, so is negative, and total of this current is equal to 0, which is not passing into the op-amp. We can write these current in the form of voltages and resistance, of course Ohm's law. So what I have V1 minus Vn. So here it is V1 minus Vn divided by R1 is I1. Similarly, V2 minus Vn divided by R2 is I2. V3 minus Vn divided by R3 is equal to I3 minus of. Now you can see here current is passing into the RF in this way. So first will be Vn and another will be this end. What is this end? This end is the output. So I wrote Vn minus V0, that is the output, divided by resistance, feedback resistance RF is equal to 0, which we already have in this equation. So where your node voltage Vn, which is voltage at the inverting terminal, is equal to 0, which is the virtual ground concept, which we already discussed in previous slide. So therefore, what I get solving this, I get V out is equal to minus of in bracket RF upon R1, one of the scaling factor, RF upon R1 is one of the scaling factor for source V1, plus RF upon R2 into V2, that is RF upon R2 is one of the scaling factor for source V2, RF by R3 into V3, where RF by R3 is one of the scaling factor for V3. And in this equation, if I choose all the resistances of equal value, that is R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to R, then I will get an equation after choosing these all R1, R2, R3 is equal to R, then I will get equation minus of RF upon R multiply by in bracket addition of all sources. Those are V1, V2 and V3 addition. Where again, these are the points which will be repeated several times. Please say, remember it, where minus sign shows that output is 180 degree out of phase to input, and RF upon R is the closed loop gain ACL of an amplifier. Because you can see in this portion, sorry, for this portion only. For this portion, simple addition of three sources are sorry, performed, and multiplier to this is RF by R1. Suppose I set RF 20K, R 10K, RF by R will be 2. So T2 will be the multiplier or closed loop gain. So it will be summing and amplify. Both operations are carried together, summation and amplification. That's why the name of this circuit is summing amplifier, and we are using inverting mode. That's why it is called inverting summing amplifier. I hope you are getting this. Again, what we will do, this online lecture, direct communication to each and every student is not possible. These are the recorded video, as I mentioned earlier. You please go through it again if you have some difficulty. And by the time after finishing few points from unit number 2, we'll have a single session for discussion only, so that if you have any doubt related to previous say topic taught, we will discuss that. Again, on say assignment page or file upload page, I will upload these PPTs for your say ready reference. Don't you worry. So this is how we get summation and amplification. That's why it is called summing amplifier, and mode is inverting. That's why it is called inverting summing amplifier, where output and input is 180 degree out of phase. So I'll again come back to you. Hello. Is there any question till the time? Any of you can answer. Anurag Deshmukh, are you there? Anurag? Start at meet and you're not present. Yeah, Anurag, getting things.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you listening to lecture?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So any difficulty till now? Any of you can answer so that I can move forward, because I have covered scaling circuit and summing amplifier. No, Siddesh. Okay. Anyone from girls side? Yes, Siddesh, what?
I got
Yes,
it,
Siddesh.
sir.
Okay. Okay, all of you don't you worry, because it is recorded lecture. Again, I will have one session other than schedule time. You can say if you are comfortable for solving difficulties. Don't you worry about that. And it is very, very easy subject. It is not too tough subject. Say now I will move forward, and next is till the time whatever we understood or learn from those circuit, the possible design circuits can be on PPT. You can have summation only, like output is the summation of some number of sources. I have used only 3. That's why I'm writing V1 plus V2 plus V3. Again, minus sign is due to the inverting mode of operation. We can have average of the inputs, because during analog operation on the signal, we have to perform several mathematical operation. Like whenever there was no say digital computer. There was say previous invention was analog computer. So in analog computer, mostly the op-amp is used for doing all the mathematical operations. So average is nothing but number of sources. Suppose number of sources is n number of sources are there, multiply by 1 by n. So I have used 3 sources, divide by 3 will provide you average of 3 signals. And again minus sign shows inverting mode. Then another possible circuit is summing amplifier that we already discussed right now. We will solve the problem on this, don't you worry. Summing amplifier, that is V out will be equal to addition of 3 sources and multiply by again. I have not mentioned ACL here. It is ACL of course, but just to say avoid confusion, I have used gain word. Otherwise it is closed loop gain ACL. So it will be minus ACL multiplied by V1 plus V2 plus V3. So it is addition. This is addition and amplification. Both the say operations are carried in summing amplifier. And last is scaling amplifier. Whatever we discuss in very first example, that was a single scalar. That was single scalar. But here is scaling amplifier. You can see individually source V1 is scaled by scaling factor 0.2. Then source V2 is scaled by factor 0.5. Source V3 is scaled by what factor? 1. And they are added together. So scaling and added together. And somewhere you may amplify, right? Like if you want to solve V1 plus 1.5 V2 plus 7.5 V3. So this is also possible. So these are the 4 possible equations you can design circuit for this. So I'll move to the next. Numerical. This is numerical. What is the problem statement? I have mixed up all 4 together on this PPT, but in examination there will be 1 or 2. Okay. So design summing, scaling and averaging amplifier for the given equation. So we'll solve one by one. I will solve design problem for V1 plus V2 plus V3 minus of that. I will solve for average of V1 plus V2 plus V3. I will solve for summing and amplification of V1 plus V2 plus V3. And I will solve it for individual scaling factor to V1, V2 and V3. So circuit is similar again. You can see right hand side bottom I have used same circuit. I am not changing the circuit. By mistake I have during preparation of this PPT, by mistake I have say interchanged this. IB plus नीचे होना चाहिए, IB minus ऊपर होना चाहिए. So please correct it into your notebook. So I'll solve it for first. Whatever the 4 tasks are given into this numerical, I will solve for V out is equal to minus of V1 plus V2 plus V3. It is simply summation of 3 sources. So what are the multiplying factor to V1? V1 को multiply factor क्या है? RF by R1, V2 को है RF by R2, V3 को RF by R3. Likewise. So what I did, I used all resistances are equal. So RF by R ratio will be equal to 1. So automatically V out will be V1 plus V2 plus V3 and minus sign. Therefore, V out will be equal to multiplying factor to this addition of 3 sources and simply addition of 3 sources. But as RF is 10K, I assume or chosen, R is 10K. So RF upon R becomes 1. Multiplying any say equation by 1, equation remains same. So V out is V1 plus V2 plus V3. Let's have simple example. I assume V1 is 1 volt, V2 is 2 volt and V3 is 3 volt. Putting into the equation, it will be addition 1 plus 2 plus 3. So addition will be 6. So output is 6 volt and minus because of inverting action. So this is the design of minus this is the design of this equation. V out is equal to minus V1 plus V2 plus V3. If not asked, it will not take say more than 1 minute. Please have one numerical example. Assume any value of V1, V2, V3, add them together and give a minus sign to it because it is minus inverting summing operation. I'll move to the part B of this numerical. Part B of this numerical is nothing but averaging circuit, where I need equation V out will be equal to average of V1, V2 and V3. So writing this equation, rewriting this equation, V1 plus V2 plus V3 by 3 is nothing but minus of 1 by 3 V1 plus V2 plus V3, which is nothing but average. So any source, number of sources, we can take average of this. So let's choose R1, R2, R3 equal and RF will be 3 times of that, because what is formula? Formula is RF by R. So RF will be 3 times more. I'm sorry. R1, R2, R3 will be 3 times of RF. So assume RF is equal to 10K. You have to assume, nobody will give you values in design problem. Then assuming 10K, all other resistances R1, R2 and R3 will be of 30K. And let's assume the values now. V1 I took 1 volt, V2 similar example I carried out, V2 I took 2 volt and V3 I took 3 volt. Putting all these into this equation, what I get? I get addition how much? Addition is 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 divided by 3 is 2. So average of this circuit or average of these sources will be 2 volt. Minus is inverting sign again. So this is the next example where we took average of several signal. Again, there is no limitation of number of sources. It must be more than one. You may use V1 and V2 and it may be V1, V2 up to Vn, because input impedance of the op amp is very, very high. That is infinite. That's why there will not be any loading on the device, which is op amp, if we connect number of sources to this device. That is the op amp. Next is the third part is for the summing amplifier, where we are performing the operation addition of 3 sources and amplification के लिए we will have gain for this circuit, and gain is decided by component feedback resistance RF and R. Again, nothing will be given. You will be say asking into the examination that solve V out is equal to minus V out is equal to 5 into V1 plus V2 plus V3, or minus RF upon R into V1 plus V2 plus V3. So only equation may be given, nothing will be written. So minus sign, if there is minus sign, you have to understand that it is inverting mode. If there is no minus sign, then you have to move for non-inverting mode. अगर सिर्फ solve इतना question आता है तो no statement is given. So let's choose the gain is equal to 5. I have chosen the gain because it is not given to the statement. I was asked to solve equation only. So no gain is given. So I have choose gain. Simple use किया करो so that the multiplication वगैरह जो भी calculation है, intermediate calculations will be easy. So I use only 5. Don't choose 100, 1000 or say 27, 37 likewise. So choose proper number which will be say easy going for the calculation. Okay, assuming RF is equal to 50K. Now what is ACL? ACL is nothing but RF by R. So I kept RF by R is equal to 5, where RF is 50K. That's why I'll get value of R, which is nothing but all value of resistances R1, R2 and R3, which is given into the circuit R1, R2 and R3 are equal, and which is equal to 10K. Means 50K divided by 10K is nothing but gain 5. Let's assume again values. I have values V1, I assume V1 1 volt, V2 2 volt, V3 3 volt. putting these value into the above equation, whichever we design, then 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 into the gain, which is 5. So it is 30. So output will be 30 volt, and again inverting mode. That's why it will be minus 30 volt is the output. So here summation and amplification, two operations are performed together. That's why it is called summing amplifier. And the last one is the design, summing, scaling, and averaging amplifier for given equation. The last task was, it is a scaling amplifier because we are putting scaling, individual scaling factor to V1, V2, and V3. So you may have, say, you may get a question into the examination like solve V out is equal to minus 0.2 into V1 plus 0.5 into V2 plus V3. इससे आपको अंडरस्टैंड करना है that minus sign is the inverting mode of operation. 0.2 means RF upon R1 ratio is 0.2. 0.5 V2 means 0.5 is RF upon R2, and 1 V3 is nothing but RF by R3 is equal to scaling factor of V3. So in this, generally assume RF. In previous there was no limitation, but here choose RF, not R1, R2, R3. Okay, choose RF. So assume RF is equal to 10K. Therefore, RF by R1, which is a scaling factor here, 0.2. Putting value of RF, then RF by R2 is scaling factor 0.5 here, and RF by R3 scaling factor 1 here. Therefore, we get R1 is equal to RF by 0.2, which is 10K divided by 0.2, it comes 50K. R2 is equal to RF by 0.5, second के लिए यहाँ is 10K by 0.5 will be 20K, and R3 is equal to RF, that is nothing but one ratio is there, so it is 10K. Let's assume the previous values. I took V1 1 volt, V2 2 volt, V3 3 volt, putting into above equation. So it will be 1 volt into 0.2 plus 2 volt into 0.5 plus 3 volt into 1. So answer comes 4.2 volt, and which is minus sign. So this is all about scaling amplifier. We individually scaled all the sources with different scaling factor. One thing I forgot to mention, because into the circuit, as it is a design problem, all external component that you have connected, you have to calculate the values. Now I know what is R1. R1 is 50K. What is R2? R2 is 20K. What is R3? R3 is 10K. RF is 10K. And I have not mentioned in earlier example also, RComp. RComp will be the parallel combination of all these resistances. That is, RComp will be R1 parallel to R2, parallel to R3, parallel to RF. Somebody from your end, please calculate this and tell me the value of RComp. R1 parallel to R2, parallel to R3, parallel to RF. Please calculate and give me the answer. So this was the last point of inverting, scaling, summing, and averaging amplifier. Thank you very much. I'm expecting value of RComp from your side. And if you are writing the notes, in previous circuit also, calculate value of RComp, like here, our numerical is there, where it is, like here, what is value of RF? RF value is 15K. So RF value is 15K in this scalar, and R1 value is 10K. So RComp will be parallel combination of R1 and RF. So it will be 15K parallel to 10K. Whatever value comes, that is the RComp. You have to mention into the numerical. I forgot to write on the PPT. Please go through it. So now I come back to you. I stop sharing my screen and I'm expecting value of RComp from your side. Anybody who has calculator, please calculate parallel combination of all the resistances. Two resistances are similar, that is R3 and RF. So it will be 10K, 10K, 10K parallel to 10K, it will be half of that. So it will be 5K. Yes, I need answer from your side. Then we'll stop this meeting. So 10K parallel 10K, it will be 5K. Then do 5K parallel to 20K. Whatever the result you get, that result parallel to 50K and give me the answer. It is 3.7K. Shailesh has replied. Shailesh Gawande. Please verify somebody else. So it is 1 o'clock. Yes, I need 2-3 answers to tally. Shailesh Gawande has said it is 3.7K. I do not have any answer here to tally. I do not have calculator right now. So I'll just
So
cross verify from, yes, Revati.
3.75K.
Yeah, 3.75K. So two answers are similar, means it is definitely correct answer. Again, it is my appeal to you all that take separate notebook for this subject and please use calculator because it is very essential to have calculation practice in this subject. Otherwise concepts will be there in mind and during calculation you will lose everything. And there is no challenge for valuations, sir. I have written so number of steps and step marking should be there. There is no challenge. Some valuer may directly make 0 if answer is wrong. Few valuers may give you some wattage for step marking or for circuit, but that wattage will be very less. Out of say 8, it will be 1 or 2 marks, not more than that. If you are only drawing the circuit, because design is important here, focus on this and no theory is required here. No theory writing is required. Steps, ideal characteristic, then analysis. अगर पूछते नहीं analysis, but analysis बताने की जरूरत नहीं, directly formula and then whatever are the assumptions, accordingly you will calculate the value of component, all the surrounding component of device, उसके values आपको calculate करने हैं. Okay, so 3.75K is the answer. Before ending this meeting, just I need some feedback from your side. I wanted to know how many of you were facing problem of say sound disturbance or PPT was not proper on your end. Please raise your hand, don't speak. Please raise your hand. So I will get number. Students, those who have problem during this lecture, problem of audio, problem of PPT visibility. 1, 2, raise your hand. Ashutosh. Only 2 people. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is the similar number which I say observed in previous lecture as well. So don't you worry, you please go through the video lecture and we will have separate session for discussion on the second unit after finishing certain points. Here we finish scaling. summing amplifier averaging circuit using inverting mode. In next lecture, we will be designing similar circuit using non-inverting mode. We'll do the analysis. Later on, we'll solve the numerical. Okay. And I will just hold on for 2 minutes here. It is 1 past 5. And I will hold on for 2 minutes here. And if you have any queries, please unmute yourself. Talk to me. If it is resolved within 1 minute or 2 minutes, I will resolve it here. Else we'll end this meeting. Again, I'd like to ask one question. The way that I'm using for explaining analog electronics 2, is it okay with all the students?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So no question from your side?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes. Who is this? Please.
Sir, Nimish Atwal.
Nimish. Yes. Yes.
Sir, I want to ask that we are assuming while the numericals. So on what basis we should assume? Means sometimes we are taking 10K, then 20K. If the assumption varies, then the final answer will be also varying, no?
No, final answer will not vary. If you design for 0.2 V1 plus 0.5 V1 plus 1 V3, suppose somebody use 100K RF and accordingly calculate value of R1, R2 and R3, equation remains same, solution will remain same. And answer to your question, like somebody may assume 100K, somebody may assume 50K, somebody may assume 10K. My appeal or my suggestion is that please assume standard. Okay. Like you have standard value of resistances like say 1K, 1.2K, then directly 2.2K, then 3K का resistance आपको नहीं मिलेगा. You will have 3.3 and 3.9K, but you will not get middle value 3K. So don't assume such. You will get answer, you will get marks definitely, but it will be completely wrong. Logically, it is completely wrong. So I mentioned standard value of any component, like 50K is available, 40K value resistance you will not be getting in the market, right? So don't choose such kind of, and again, don't choose very huge value like mega ohm range, 2 mega ohm, 3 mega ohm, because whenever we use such a large value of resistances into the network, other parameters like impedances and some offset voltages will be added. Means some unnecessary parameter will change. That's why it must be, RF must be in the range of say 100K, near about 100K, not more than that. It should not be in ohm. Okay. It must be more than say 5K, 10K likewise. But use standard, don't use 40K or 45K. Such kind of resistance is not available in market. So there will be some bad impression on the valuer. First thing. Second, we have not discussed into this lecture, but about capacitor. If you see the capacitor, there are also standard value 2.2 micro, 220 micro, 0.22, 0.01, 10, 100, 1000. Do you see, you have seen 4.7, 470, 0.47 likewise, but 6.8 also, 6.8 microfarad is also available. But have you seen 7.1 microfarad anywhere? No, this is not standard value. So keep in mind some standard value of component while assuming in any circuit, not in only say my subject. Wherever you assume, use standard values and then calculate further resistances. And suppose if you are using standard value, suppose I choose standard value 100K is the RF, but by say unfortunately R1 comes non-standard, like R1 comes say 1100 ohm. So 1100 ohm means 1.1K. So 1.1K is not available in the market. So you may write next to that 1100, which is 1.1K approximately equal to 1K. If you are calculating after calculation, if you are getting non-standard, nearby standard value is always preferred. Nearby, what I'm saying, nearby. If it is 1100, then also it is 1K. If it is 950 ohm, then it is also 1K because 950 ohm is not available. Is it clear to you? Nimish?
Yes, sir.
Nimish?
And in yes, sir. Even for the gain loop also we have to assume in the same way. Means in the same question we have took ACL as 1 for the first equation sum, and for summing amplifier we have took ACL as 5
More than one.
more
Of
than.
course, gain, whenever you are saying gain, if you have 100 rupees and you are giving to me, I'm again returning 100 rupees to you. It is not gain to you, right? But if
Okay.
I'm returning 200 to you, gain will be 2. Is it?
Yes, sir.
2 times more money I will give you. So it will be 2. So whenever there is a concept of gain, of course, it is more than 1. It may be 1.1. No worry about that. But it is not less than 1. Okay.
Okay.
So simple summation is done. No gain is applied. Whenever summation means we are saying summing amplifier, there should be 2 action. One is summation and another is amplification. So I have chosen 5. You may choose 10, 15, 20, 50. No worry about that. Okay. But my suggestion is don't choose such kind of like if I choose, say in the similar example, if I choose say gain is equal to 1000 and pura multiplication hone ke baad my answer comes something say 2000 volt is the output, means 2 kilo volt. So is it say natural? No, op amp will not give you 2 kilo volt output agar your output is coming to 2000 volt. It is not possible. So while doing this practice, so you assume such that you will not cross the device limit. Are you getting? Nimish?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Any other question from any other student? If not, I shall end this meeting. Further, I will be there on tomorrow for further topics. And the day after tomorrow means on Wednesday. Mostly on Wednesday, I'll not conduct your class. Dr. Khanchandan sir will conduct your class. He will start unit number 3, which is non-linear application of the op amp. I'm continuing with unit number 2, which is linear application of the op amp. Okay. So on Wednesday, on every Wednesday, Khanchandan sir will conduct your lecture because on Wednesday already SDL3 is there to me. So conducting for 2 hours, you may get bored listening to the similar say faculty, right? That's why I took decision on Wednesday I will not take your lecture, but Monday and Tuesday I will continue with this 12 o'clock. Okay, thank you very much. Shall I wait for a minute? Shall I leave? Okay, thank you very much.
No, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you all of you. Good day.
Thank you, sir.